Oh, hi. I was just fooling around on this digital piano that I bought. I think every home should have a piano, don't you? Oh, by the way, I'm Maura. This is welcome to Maura's Epic 10-Minute Variety Show. Um, I want to tell you that when I was growing up in my home, we had a piano. It was in the hallway. And I had a friend who would give me lessons and I would play or try to play. And my mother would yell from the kitchen, "Stop that record right now, you're driving me crazy." So there was no music in my house. And then one day, I don't know if my mother had a couple of drinks or what. I might have been 17 years old at this point. She sat down and played the piano. I mean, played it. She actually knew how to play the piano. And somehow, none of us knew that. It's heartbreaking, really, when you think about it. Her mother taught her to play the piano. I mean, my mother just really had too much to do. 5 kids, all of us unruly, and then my father, of course, dogs, cats, litters. She worked. So the piano wasn't a source of joy or entertainment for her. It was an annoyance. So I got this, it's a digital piano. It's like a little recording. I've already bragged about this piano. I don't have to tell you all its features, which I don't know how to use, but I am going to learn soon because all this new equipment's coming. It's going to be insane around here. I don't know what I'm going to be filming. I'm going to be filming. So I was playing with that, and we'll come back to it a little later because this is not fortunately for you, the main feature. Oh, okay, so the fashion show portion. My sister Carolyn saw a picture of me wearing this dress, which is very strange because I've never worn it before. I did try it on in the thrift store, well, a consignment shop, where I purchased it. And I think that's the picture, and I probably put it on Facebook and forgot about it. So she's been saying, wear that purple dress. I said, I mean, it's more of a costume because of the way I've treated it. It's a Vera Wang, which I understand is a designer. Okay, here's the back. And it's purple. It's really pretty. Carolyn, this is for you. And again, I've said this before. If anyone out there, there's a woman named, I can never come up with her whole name, Julie Reddington something. She's a beautiful woman and an actress, and I've worked with her. Her name is too complex for me right now. She admired the sequin thing, at least she posted that she did. So Julie, if you ever want to borrow that dress, just tell me. It'll look great on you, much better than me. She's got this great legs, for example, because it's kind of short. Okay, so we've gone through this part. Piano, dress. This is the main feature. So I went to graduate school, playwright, at Hollins University in Roanoke, Virginia. And being from Vermont, it's very hard to impress me with a beautiful landscape, but it is so beautiful there. It's where the Smoky Mountains and the Blue Ridge kind of converge. It's gorgeous. And it's a girls' undergraduate university. So it's got stables. I mean, whenever it's a girls' school, they go to great lengths to make it beautiful. They have these summer programs, 6 weeks residency for playwriting, screenwriting, children's lit. The woman that wrote Goodnight Moon actually went to Hollins University, and lots of other very famous people, including the person whose excerpt of a play I'm going to perform for you tonight, Meredith Dana Levy. She and I overlapped in grad school just a little bit. As I said earlier on my preview, she came to grad school right after college, and I came right after menopause. So we were there at the same time, vastly different ages. She's still young. I'm still past menopause. And she is one of these writers who finds their voice at a very young age. In fact, the first play, as far as I know, the first play she ever wrote, she might have written some sooner, when she was a senior in college. It won every national award you can think of and is published by Samuel French. It's called Decision Height. And I dare say the productions are in like 100 or more. I don't even know. I just know a few years ago when because I went back a second time and got my directing certificate. You should go to Hollins University. You would love it. I'll tell you more about it another time. It already had so many that we were all just green with envy, but so well deserved. The play is called Decision Height. The play, however, that I am doing an excerpt from tonight is called She Made Space. And it is this beautiful lyrical solo show for an actress. And it is at least semi-autobiographical, if not, nothing that's artful can be completely that's no fun. It's beautiful. So it's a story about a young woman who is coming to grips and understanding her own sexuality, her talent as a writer, and her way in through all of these things is with the writers that she discovers, that this character named Echo discovers in Paris in the 1920s. A lot of lesbian writers, expats, American expats, and the lives they led. And so the play is called She Made Space. And it's also a love story. It's a beautiful love story. And the scene that I am going to perform is early in Echo's journey when she is in love with a woman named Francine, and they're really friends, and yet there's a hopeful note in this. I will say, like all romantic stories that are my favorite, this one has a happy ending, so there. You'll have to read the play if you want to know more. Meredith Dana Levy. I've mentioned her on my wall, and anybody wants to know more about her and how to read her plays, if you need any help, all you have to do is ask me. So, however, before I start, this is important, this is part of the play. I had hoped to perform this for you down by my dock. I live in Florida, as many of you know, and the scene actually takes place in Florida. And if you can look at this beautiful painting, it's a coastal scene of Florida by a painter named Willie Daniels. And Mr. Daniels is part of the school, the painting school, the Florida Highwaymen, and they paint these incredible, evocative, romantic scenes of coastal wildlife and landscape, and have been for more than 50 years. And as this school has evolved and more painters join the school and some die, Mr. Daniels is one of the original, and we purchased this just a couple of years ago from him. So I'm really thrilled. So look at this, look at it, because this will be important in a moment, and I'm going to put it away. She Made Space by Meredith Dana Levy. She and I are chasing the sunset. It's a huge blood orange blossom sinking into the Atlantic, cowering behind ancient oaks and dramatic Spanish moss. We've followed it halfway around the island because maybe if we can hold it in our hands, this day won't have to end. It's been 2 summers since Paris, and it has been the best summer of my life. I've been staying with Francine since July. I love her parents. I find myself wishing that they could be my in-laws. I haven't met Sylvia Beach. Stein and Barnes are just a couple of obscure writers. But I know her, this woman sitting beside me. She told me today that I was enough for her. The word enough sounds like a metaphorical hand reaching or offering. What? I didn't say anything back, even though I feel I've known her since East has known West, since Adam knew Eve. I know that's a ridiculous, insane way to feel. But what is enough anyway? So we drive and we chase the sunset because that at least feels possible. Thank you. Thank you, Meredith. She Made Space by Meredith Dana Levy. Such a beautiful name. I trip over a little bit, just a lot of vowels and consonants in it. And again, if you want to know more about her work or how to read it or schedule a performance of this beautiful play, just let me know. I will act as her agent for it, just to connect you. Okay. I did mention, speaking of this piano, all this fabulous equipment. I'm going to have, you know what, it's a circle light or a halo light. It's something that goes around the portal so you can actually see better in here. And also my microphone, which I tried to use the other night to very ill result. The cable is going to come tomorrow. They've promised me. So meanwhile, I want to go back. I'm going to sit at the piano. Fortunately, I'm not going to play anything, but I did mention something about singing and families, and my children also, we did have a piano at some point when they were growing up because I bought this old piano and I banged around on it as much as I could, and I also wrote songs, and that's another reason why I want this one, because I am going to write some songs, but tonight I'm just going to sing a little, and I'm going to sing a little bit of Danny Boy. Can't remember if I mentioned that in our family mythology. You're going to sing too. We're not going to sing the whole thing. I would never do that to you, but it is my favorite song, and I maintain it's my son Spencer's favorite song. So this is for all of you, dedicated to my son Spencer. Let's see if I can do this. I can't believe I'm singing. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountain side. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. 'Tis you, must go and I must bide. But come me back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. Yes, I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. It was my mother's favorite song too. You would have thought just one time, every time we went out somewhere, if there was a singer that she would please, anything, she'd pay the money. And we could have been singing that at home. Well, we're singing it now. We just did it. And thank you very much for coming. Always a thrill to see you. And tomorrow is Friday. Who knows what's going to happen? But you can look for my preview because I have probably as much fun, if not more, with those little previews, commercials, as I do. A little different. Thank you for coming. I love you all. I'll see you soon.